What up? What up? What up, guys? It's Mad Viking. On a sad day, as I sit here in my Stormtrooper snuggie with a sad report. In the toy geek galaxy world, there's been a death, an icon. If you haven't heard, Carrie Fisher, aka Princess Leia, over Christmas, I think it was Christmas actually, was flying home from London to Los Angeles, which I would assume she was filming for Star Wars. On the airplane, suffered a heart attack and went into cardiac arrest. And she was unresponsive for 10 to 15 minutes. Passengers on the plane were said to have been performing CPR on her all the way until they landed. And she was unresponsive. She did come to in the hospital, and she was reported as in the clear. She was supposed to be in stable condition, and that was 3-4 days ago. But today is a different day, and she passed away of another heart attack, I would assume. They said that she went into cardiac arrest and never came back out of it. I'm sure, like me, with a lot of other people, Carrie was the only princess that a lot of people ever gave a damn about, because she was Princess Leia of Star Wars, with all the memorable roles. I'm just wondering how this is going to affect, like I said, the filming, because if you watch Force Awakens, there's like an unspoken connection between her and Rey, so I'm assuming her role is going to be bigger in the next movie, because of course she lived, and she's the general of the Rebel Alliance in this movie. Hopefully they were smart and they've been filming all this whole last year and they've got her stuff out of the way, because otherwise, what are they going to do, CGI her? I don't know if they did that in this last movie, but they did it for 5 seconds. So, hopefully that was all worked out, because that's going to be basically her calling card, her last farewell in the movie will be Princess Leia, whatever they've done in the next movie that's going to come out this year, this in 2017, probably around Christmas. We got to wait forever for it. But if you don't know, Carrie Fisher was born in 1956 in Beverly Hill High School. She was a child to two very famous people. Her dad was Eddie Fisher, who was a famous singer at the time, hence the last name. And her mother, Debbie Reynolds, who is still actually alive, was a famous actress, and a singer. Probably one of her biggest roles was the movie Singing in the Rain, which has been turned into plays and everything else. Carrie became an actor at a very young age. She was in high school when she started landing her first roles on Broadway in such plays as Irene. And of course, as time went on, high school became an afterthought, and she never graduated high school because she was living it pretty good. But she did eventually go back into college and studied the arts at Sarah Lawrence College in New York. She started studying after she got her first role in '77 for New Hope, but she started in college in '78, and of course when she got signed on to keep making the Star Wars films, college became an afterthought too, so she never graduated from college either. But she later became a famous author. She wrote the book Postcards from the Edge, which was a huge success, which was later turned into a film, which was also a big blockbuster. She was a comedian. I've seen the one special she did. I believe it was on HBO. You can probably find it on YouTube. It was really just her sitting in a living room set, and she basically just talked about her life and how messed up it was and how crazy her family members were. And it was, she was very open in it about her bipolar, and she was mentally ill, and how some of her family members actually, through marriage, they got into incestual relationships, things like that. It was such a crazy show, but it was funny nonetheless. And she was an open book. She told you everything. She let you know she was nuts. She talked about her drug use, her pill popping, how she had done so much drugs. They had a strand of marijuana named after her in the 70s and 80s. I didn't know it, but she said she overdosed on cocaine while filming Return of the Jedi. She used to have a cocaine fingernail, if you know what that is. So it was a very telling show, but it was, like I said, it was very funny, and I wasn't expecting that. I think it's pretty much safe to say that all future Star Wars events, like when the next movie comes out, it'll probably be a very somber event. It won't be as funny and as eventful as the other ones were, because she usually took over the stage, and was like the mouthpiece, the narrator. She was pretty funny. She was open. But she was basically just being herself. I don't think we're gonna get that anymore. I think, like I said, at least the next one, it's going to be very somber, and I think a very cold event. But yes, the nerd world, the toy world, the cosplay world lost a very special person in Carrie Fisher. And all I can say is R.I.P. Princess Leia. I hope you're in a better place, and thank you for your contributions to Star Wars. And may the Force be with you.